What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. In the last episode, we made our way through a couple different floors of the factory we're in. And this episode, we're hopefully going to make our way to the end and see all the secrets that it entails. I'm going to start this episode by saying I'm so sorry. This is actually the second time I'm recording this. I actually had a recording mishap in the previous time, and then I was just left with a beautiful black screen the entire time. And sadly, I finished up this chapter in that episode. So this is a re-recording of it, which means all of my reactions to this episode are not going to be blind. And while there is going to be some LP amnesia and all that stuff, and I'll be, reading things and trying to react to things, as I see them, there's some key scenes, I think, that'll occur in this episode that you will want to see blind reactions. So what I've done is actually put in the description below a link to an unlisted video I have that is just going to be my audio plus the game audio with timestamps to certain scenes. So if you want to hear my thoughts on certain, scenes that happen in the game or something like that, and I'll allude to some ones that you might want to look out for in this episode, you can do that. I know a lot of people just listen anyways because they're already familiar with what the game looks like and everything. So with that being said, let's get back into it. Admittedly, it's been a bit because I got sick. Actually, I was getting sick as I was recording the previous episode, so I haven't recorded in a while, and I've really forgotten a lot of what we were doing. Oddly enough, I feel like I'm going to be in this weird in-between where I'm going to think I've done things that I did last time I played through this part of the game, but haven't actually done in this playthrough, and it's going to mess me up, but we'll see what we can do nonetheless. I believe right now we're just heading to this room, and we'll see what we can find. That's right, we've got some puzzles, potentially. Oh, have I really not even done this? Or am I just going in the wrong direction now? Yeah, this is a Monokumon puzzle I've already done. I'm so confused, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have probably just re-recorded this episode right after doing it prior. But let me take a look at the map here. So we were just over there. Oh, you know what? I probably was just supposed to go down the elevator. That's probably what I was supposed to do. My bad, guys. We probably have enough time to make it in this little sprint. Alright, cool, we did. My bad for the confusion. But, yeah, regardless, I mean, I'll try and make the most of the episode. I know some of you guys haven't played this game or haven't seen this game before, and do want to see all the visuals and everything, so I wanted to at least make that available. Now, obviously, this room looks a little bit different than the rest of them. And the lasers, I'm now remembering, are a little bit different as well. And it looks like there's a shiny over there, so let's go ahead and pick that up. We got some nice Monokumas. Can we pick this up? Product development document. The following series will be developed into 5 types, including the prototype. Currently planning on investing each into general office work, goods work, body work, bodyguard work, rescue work, and the cleaning work. As the series becomes more popular and recognizable, we will expand into other horizons. Alright, so quite a bit of utility there. Looks like there's a shiny there. We won't quite be able to get to. What should we do? We can't move the elevator like this. Don't worry, if you input the password in the management room, the lasers will shut off. So it looks like we gotta head over to that room. The management room is in the back of the conveyor. We should go there first. Just a bit more. If we can get to that elevator, we can get to the deepest area. Once we're there, the trump card is ours. Jeez, this sucks. I'm starting to wish I just left. I don't see why they can't just crawl underneath the lasers, but oh well. Nevertheless, we will abide by their will. Now, I will have you know, in my original playthrough, I guess, I was a lot more paranoid about where this 5th sparkly is going to be, which I did end up finding, luckily. I think there's a shiny there, yeah. So we're going to have to go through and we're going to want to pick up that shiny before we go into the management room. I think that's it. Can we get it from this far? Because I believe that's it, all the way up there. I wonder if they'll even show it from this far, or do we need to be closer? Yeah, we probably need to be closer. Darn, but they're the sparklies, guys. So we're not gonna miss it this time around. Ain't that the truth? Ah, that's right. Envious body. I think this is another, what's it called? If I recall correctly, another health upgrade. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Nice, even a little bit more leeway when it comes to our boss fights and everything. So now we head over to the management room, and this is a really cool room. I actually really like this room. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably do too. Right. A body? Just like I thought. Wait. You expected this? Explain! This guy wasn't killed by a kid. He was killed by a guard Monokuma that went haywire. But this is a problem. He's the only one who knows the password to turn off the lasers. Uh-oh, that's not good. Then what are we gonna do? We gotta find that password somehow. Yeah, somehow. I'm sure there's a clue or something in here. We can't just give up. Oh, come on, don't start complaining. Let's just do this. Okay, so this is a pretty cool room. It's got a neat puzzle and everything. This is where I'm gonna say you should really check out my original recording. It's obviously gonna take a few minutes longer than it does this time around, but I would highly recommend doing so. There's this notepad here, and there's this picture frame here, but really, we can't even investigate those until we inspect the computer. So, it says to type in the password there.
What?
We put the password in here to stop the lasers. But there's no way we could possibly know what it is. We've got to look for a hint. There's no other way. After getting a good look around, let me know. Maybe I can think of something. I don't really expect a punk like you to come up with a bright idea, but thanks anyway. Alright, so here's how I'm going to go about this, because this is a puzzle and I obviously know the answer now. I did discover it, and I'm pretty proud of it, admittedly, so if you know what to expect and everything, please do check out the recording. And even if you don't know what's going on, what I'll do is I'll inspect all of these and kind of give you all the raw materials to try and solve the puzzle yourself. Then you can pause the video, try and figure it out with everything you need to know, and then I guess I'll solve it. So first of all, let's examine this notepad. It says the password is my son's birthday. Wow, actually writing down a password like this. How technologically impaired are you? Should I use this to log into some shady mail order website? Fukawa-san, why do you know about shady mail order websites? Shut up, it's not important right now. What are you up to, Fukawa? Anyway, we get the password if we can figure out his son's birthday, right? Okay, so that's a good start. How about over here? So it says happy birthday, and it looks like 6'9" and a star, and then 8. Something's written on the bloody photograph. Happy birthday, 69, something 8. With the blood on it, it doesn't feel like a happy birthday picture at all. Okay. And then there's this. This is far too cruel. The fact that I'm starting to get used to this kind of thing disgusts me. Huh? What's this? Yeah, what might this be? The third Saturday is my son's birthday this year. I can't wait to spend time together. I can see my son and my wife's something in my mind. What should... Passages written in the bloodstained notebook. The third Saturday is my son's birthday this year. I can't wait to spend time together. I can see my son and my wife's smiles in my mind. What should I buy for a present? Aww. I wonder if he was able to spend time with his son on his birthday. No time for tears now. Alright. We searched through everything that looked interesting, right? We should be able to guess the son's birthday from all the information we've got. His birthday is the third Saturday with the numbers 69 and 8 on the photo. Oh, that's not enough info at all. Hey, don't give up now. I can't think of anything yet, but talk to me later. I might think of something. Basically, Haiji's the hint in this particular thing. Now, what I am going to do is you would normally explore this room and you would see some things that maybe help out. I guess what I'll do is point out there's this up here, and that's pretty pertinent. And with that, you should have all the information, and I'm obviously like indicating which things are important pieces of information, and that you have all the information. So it's not like, you know, 100% natural, but that's all the information you need to solve this particular puzzle. So if you'd like to try and do so, go ahead and pause the video now and give it a go. And if you're interested in hearing how I went about this puzzle the first time, how admittedly stumped I got for a little bit, please do check out the recording. Now, let's go ahead and do this. For those of you that are wondering what the solution is, what you're supposed to notice first of all is that the 69 here is actually not the number 69, and it's actually the zodiac symbol for Cancer, which I believe is July. Or it can be anywhere from late June to late July. And because we know that the date, like the day portion of this person's birthday ends in 8, and it's the third Saturday, it's got to be the like third week of that month. And like the last few days of June would be too late. So the best guess then is actually July 18th, which is why I believe it's 018. And that's the answer. Which is actually, in my opinion, a really cool puzzle. I do think it assumes a little bit more knowledge of zodiac signs. I actually had to Google it myself, but... Like, I thought that those were zodiac signs, but I wasn't sure which one corresponded to which, because I'm not into that at all. Or it's zodiac, astrology, something like that. I don't know. Yes, now we can get to the deepest part. I knew I could trust you guys. Only valuable once useful. You sure talk big. You couldn't even look us in the eye a while ago. Now. Komaru trying to calm down Fukawa. Okay, there is a save point there, but I don't think it's going to be too relevant just yet. Or it's not really necessary at this point. So we'll head on out and... Yeah, I don't trust you, Haiji. And we'll pick up this shiny, see what we get. Hey, it's the hitless thing for Komaru. Like I said, LP Amnesia, I totally forgot that this happened. Typical mass-produced demon that isn't unique in any way other than that it's below average in a lot of stuff. It's a perfect demon to try new items on. Aw, that would be pretty depressing, I would say. So, it's pretty easy to move on to the elevator here without realizing that up here is where the sparkly is. And I actually first found this kind of by accident because I thought that huge machine thing was really cool. It's got a whole bunch of Monokumas in there. It's like rotating around like that. I don't know exactly what it's, accomplishing, but nevertheless I thought it was pretty cool. So, alright, now we'll head on down. Now that we've got our 5th sticker, Warriors of Hope sticker. And now we're essentially at the end of the factory area, but that doesn't mean our hunt for items is over. We've got ourselves a shiny here. Memories of Nagisa Shingetsu. I know I should stop thinking about it, but it crosses my mind when I least expect it. Are we the Warriors of Hope truly in the right? I tell myself that we are right in just every time, but sometimes I fail to convince myself. Do I not really want this? When was the last time I truly felt guilt or remorse? Obviously we were treated horribly. The worst of the worst, but even so, I feel that I'm in debt to my parents for raising me. I hate it, but I can't stop feeling that. No matter how they treated me, I still owe them affection and respect. It's a heavy feeling in my chest. Something I can never tell Masaru, Jataro, Kotoko, or even Monaka. I need to stop thinking about things like this. We have a revolution to think about now. A paradise to build. For us and for all the children of this town. I need to save Monaka. It's her I need to think about. She is much more precious to me than my own life. Poor Nagisa, especially to be manipulated by someone he cares about so much. And really, Nagisa brings up a lot of great points about like the emotional obligation or the affectionate obligation of children towards their parents, despite abuse and such, and even just like the feeling that leads to that. Now there's something else I wanted to mention over here. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're probably going to come out again soon. But I was walking over here and I was like, wait, hold up, what are they doing here? Now I think they're Animal Crossing related. They look like maybe Animal Crossing characters. I don't know for sure though, so I'd really appreciate if someone could clarify that for me. And we got a couple signs here. For the first time, Monokuma is in 3D. We got some 3D models there. Oh, whoa. I didn't see this last time. Go straight between the Mono machines, right? Meow. Go straight between the Mono machines, right? Meow. Huh? What? Whoa. This is so cool. This is so cool. What even? Huh? So it's Toro and Kuro. Whoa. Memoirs of Toro. So these are like, huh? I came to Towa City with Kuro. Mew. Apparently Towa City is a technologically advanced city with lots of machines. Kuro took Toro along, saying that if I go to Towa City I can be a real city boy. But it turns out the town is dealing with some kind of violence from children. White and black bear robots are running all over the place. It's so bad it makes me think, geez. Toro and Kuro are also white and black. There's no way we do something like that. If I stayed on the conveyor belt, would it just take me all the way to Toro's house? Jeez, I want to go home. This is so cool, guys. I totally didn't even notice this last time. So what do we got here? A TV of sorts. And the dimensions of this are really kind of tripping me out, but... Huh. Toro and Kuro. Interesting. I mean, obviously Kuro... What is it? He's black, but... I wonder if there's any meaning here between, you know, January 4th with the frog, January 8th being a day with all the hearts. Can we go in here? No, we can't. Okay, there's nothing in there. So it really is just to pick that up. I'm so glad I redid this. This is so cool. This is so cool. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. That is a really well hidden secret. Very impressed. Very impressed. I really hope that everybody sees that I figured that out, or at least my reactions to that. So we can take this heart at least, which is nice. Anything else of relevance? I mean, we'll go check out this sign again. I don't think I remember seeing anything from there, but that was really cool. Oh no, it's scrap now. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. No. Okay. Alright then. Let's buy things. I have a fewer coins this time around because I didn't trigger the alarms as much. I think I ended up picking up charge attack power, maybe? We'll see. I don't remember 100%, but regardless, we're not as comfortable regarding monocoins as we used to be, but anyways, let the suspense build. Here we are. Our trump card is just behind this door. Our last hope. Man, you sound so desperate. We've come this far, but this is just too suspicious. Komaru, open the door, but be careful. Why do we have to do it? So I'm the one who has to open the door. Alright, well, I guess that's what we're gonna do. I'm admittedly not too worried about what's ahead, so I'm not gonna save there, just because. Art style change? What? And here we are, the trump card. What do we have in front of us? It looks rather large, and it's a huge Monokuma, dressed very strangely, to say the least. What even? This is a Monokuma? Yep. Yeah, our trump card, the last hope for us adults. This Monokuma is the last hope? It's not just an oversized Monokuma. It's a secret weapon that was built by Towa Group in case we ever needed to defend the city. If we use Big Bang Monokuma now, we can put up a fight and take back the city. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. It's just as I thought. This is wrong. Why did Towa Group make such a thing? And not only that, this whole factory? You were building Monokumas here? What's the meaning of this? Why are they being built in Towa's factory? He's just silent about it. Oh, don't tell me. You better not turn out to be the mastermind or some crap like that. Hey, come on. If I were behind it all, why would I make Monokuma break my arm? To have a convincing argument to claim that you're not the mastermind? Then you better start talking. The Monokumas that are built here were supposed to be introduced to the world as maid robots. They were developed to assist daily life and also to help with dangerous labor tasks. But those kids ended up taking over. In what way would this giant thing be a maid exactly? Good question. This one's special. Didn't I tell you? This was built to protect the town from danger. Yeah, I know, I was gonna say. Then why make it look like a Monokuma if these things were supposed to be maid robots? Then who was the person who developed them? Inoshima? Don't blame me, I didn't pick the design. The one who developed them chose that on their own. Don't blame me is a classic excuse for dodging responsibility. Typical. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan of that phrase, but at the time these were being made, I wasn't even aware of it. Jeez, I don't know why I can't talk. It's because it's been a while since I've recorded, but... wait, about the one who developed them. What is it now? Rumble, rumble, rumble. Ooh, we got ourselves a cutscene. We got ourselves another Gundam. Poor Fukawa. The cool looking gun and everything, the skull. Yo, I said it last time, same thing crosses my mind again. That is a cool looking robot. That is a cool looking robot. Of course, Nagisa's, you know, controlling it. What is this? Yikes, Fukawa looked really scared. That kid, he's the one who wanted to let us go, right? He doesn't look like he's doing so hot. Found you, demons. I can't believe it, hiding something like this. Huh? She? Let me guess, did she tell you about this? If she can't control it, she wants you to destroy it? Solid voice acting. Well, I won't let it happen. This is the hope we finally got for ourselves. You want to crush our paradise with something like this. I won't let you. He's so broken.
希望の戦士に期待してるんだ。僕に期待してくれてるんだ。
Everyone expects so much of the Warriors of Hope, and of me.
みんなの期待に応えるためにも、僕は絶対に楽園を完成させなくちゃいけないんだ。
To meet these expectations, I have to build paradise all by myself.
だから、
Poor
も
Nagisa.
っと僕に期待してくれよ。
So expect more of me. I feel like I mentioned this. I feel like I mentioned this in my first time around too. But it's so interesting that in these moments of cracking, in these moments of weakness, they fall back on whatever form of, love or attention they were given, even if it was abuse prior to this whole revolution. Right? So I think it was like Jotaro with like being hated and being called like ugly and everything. Like Kotoko with the sexual attention. Masaru with, I guess, like being beat up or like being tough. And now Nagisa with, having high expectations. So like when they feel the most worthless, they cling to all they're really familiar with, even if it was abuse. I'll work harder. I'll do it, anything. Just please don't abandon me. And again, I think I mentioned this, but the word abandon doesn't really cover, I don't think, the word he used, miste, or like what he conjugated like misteru, which means to kind of like look on as like and throw away, to kind of like toss to the side. So it's not just like abandon as in like leaving behind, but actively, throwing out. Father, mother, big sis Junko, Monaca. More, expect more from me. What's wrong with him? He's crazy. How did he get like this? I can do it. I can really do it, because out of all the Warriors of Hope, I'm the best at controlling these robots. Poor Nagisa. He's really got a lot of weight on his shoulders right now. Yikes. Fukawa-san, come on. With tears. Alright, so I guess we got ourselves our battle. He's lost it. What do we do? Should we just run? Come on, Fukawa. You're the one who's saying we gotta fight. But Haiji said... The big Monokuma is the last hope for everyone back at the base. If we run now, that Monokuma is going to be destroyed, right? The last hope for the adults will be gone. Are you actually going to protect that thing? Do you realize what you're doing? It's too dangerous. But then again, maybe we have to fight. Huh? It's so tough to take seriously with that face. Maybe a certain someone's speech actually influenced me a little. That's so unlike me, that smile. Oh, Fukawa. But it's going to be alright. Look how far we've come already. Yeah, you're right. Alright, well, here we go. I don't know if courage really equates to just jumping in the line of fire, but But we'll fight. Alright, so where's the robot? That was rather interesting dive into the wall, I guess. There you are. Okay. So for the sake of I guess trying to share the same experience. Oh darn. Here I was talking about how like here I was talking about how like, oh, I don't need to save, like I'll be fine. Getting hit like multiple times. You can still snipe from here. Fine by me. So we should be safe as long as we're behind here. My initial thought process was that we'd have to link and control the huge Monokuma first. And then from there we'd have to use it to fight this robot somehow. Where is he? He's reloading now. He should be at least. But I eventually figured out that you've gotta shoot his eye, which is like the weak point. And that this sort of attack pattern happens. It took me a little bit more time, and I'm surprised I've gotten hit as many times as I have. Really shouldn't have been, but oh well. But it's a really cool robot sort of boss fight. And I'm kind of just doing it without thinking now, but what I had to do is figure out that he does 3 shots and then, or like he'll fire 3 times and then move. And now he goes back there, and we get to play this kind of like a little bit of a guessing game, I guess. So he'll still do his 3 shots. Oh, that's a bomb. So he'll fire 3 times, I think, and then he'll need to reload. Oh, I don't know why that was the case that time, but oh well. 1, 2. Oh, now it's 2. My bad. But no, I think this concept is really cool. This sort of like, it's very much like a shooting gallery, which I think is very much the intent and the theme behind this robot. Maybe it's, you know, trying to play off of the idea of like precision and like high expectations in that regard. A lot of bombs. What? Thought I was pretty safe there, but I guess not. Although it seems the robot's dead. Yeah, I do remember thinking there was a much shorter battle than anticipated, but it is a cool looking robot, even now. It's not really holding up too well at the moment, though. Yo, Nagisa, you might want to move now. It's probably a good time to dive out of the way. Gawa, you gonna rescue him? Yes, no? Only the girls get your rescue? Yikes. I'm gonna really hope the Nagisa's not dead. It looks like we're okay. But what about that kid? Guess you could say he wasn't expecting that. And so much like the English pun, this is really, you know, a Japanese pun where the same word, kitai, not even just a homophone, but like the same word, which means like expectation. When you say something like kitai suru is like to expect of something. Or, I mean, it can be more... That way Nagisa was using it was like expectation. So like he was asking people to expect things of him. And then, of course, Haiji is using it in the way of like prediction or like, you know, looking towards the future. And yeah, it's even more of a direct, I guess, pun in Japanese, which is pretty cool. Sorry, that wasn't funny. Now's not the time, we gotta save him. Just leave him. I don't like this part of Haiji. I do not like this part of Haiji. Huh? If we save this crazy kid, he'll just end up doing the same thing again. So you can see Haiji is clearly not someone who gives people second chances. Who doesn't see, you know, possibility of like redemption in people. He probably got crushed anyway. We can't save him even if we wanted to. Yeah, not a fan. More importantly, take a look at this. We finally got it. Easy there, Komaeda. The hope. We finally got our hope. Hope? Alright, let's ride this right to the enemy's HQ. Ride on the Monokuma? Oh, don't worry, you weren't driving this time, yeah, because that was her concern. You wouldn't be able to anyway. The only ones who can control this are me and my old man, and I wonder why. So I've got to move this myself. Now let's begin the counterattack. Once the others see this, they'll be pumped for sure. I don't like that laugh. Not one bit. Fade transition. Oh, we got Monoka. This room does not look like the nicest of rooms. Why does she have a room like this? This is very clearly a torture room. I'm sure Shingetsu-kun has been crushed by the hope of the adults by now. Just as Monoka expected, again playing off the word kitai. It's just like I thought. He met my expectations to the letter. Why does she have a camera too? All of this torture, execution that has clearly happened. What's interesting though is that the slash like marks on the door seem like they'd be like a Monokuma's claw. Now then, I should get started on the final preparations. Now come on over here, let's open the gates of hell with Monoka. You too, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Oh boy. The climax is gonna start soon. Your child will be born again as the successor to Junko and Noshima. Okay, so like, again, it's not super surprising that Monoka would be, you know, the successor, but it's not like I had any like reason to, or like really like concrete evidence to think that she would be prior to this point, but she's definitely got the craziness down, that's for sure. The despair, obsession, and all. So we got our report card, 8 out of 9. We got a B, you know, not the end of the world. I'm glad we got all of the hidden kids. Obviously, a lot of retries with certain aspects of this chapter, but I think what's what I noted last time is that this report card, it looks like 8 out of 9, which means we're probably coming up on the last chapter of the game. Which is pretty crazy stuff. And now we're treated to, of course, Togami's 6-pack and crucifix of roses, potentially, or something like that. Okay. I know you're working hard, but I decide when you've worked hard enough. Keep doing your best, and I'll keep watching you. Thank you for the encouraging words, Togami. So we only get Monocoins, we're gonna miss out on the skill, unfortunately. But that's the end of Chapter 4, The Way We Live. And honestly, it was a pretty solid chapter. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. And we'll obviously be moving on to Chapter 5. It's gonna prompt me to save, and this is where we're going to say, we'll start Chapter 5 in the next episode. Obviously, there's going to be, you know, probably another minute or so of thoughts on Chapter 4. If you want to hear my candid thoughts on Chapter 4, please do check out the recording. But overall, I actually really enjoyed Chapter 4. I think Shingetsu, you know, Nagisa in particular, is my favorite warrior of hope at the moment because of his rationality, the way he was thinking about things, the internal, you know, debate he was having between what was right, what was wrong, you know, the disappearance of his conscience, as a, you know, symbol. You know, he interprets how he thinks of things, how he feels about things, his development as a person as a kind of constant feedback loop, and analyzes that and uses that to project or change his like future trajectory into something he wants it to be, which is a really cool, really mature skill set and mindset, and arguably makes him closer to an adult than the kids. You know, he was arguably the closest to being, you know, mature enough to be a demon in the eyes of the other Warriors of Hope. And it always showed, right? He was always really smart. He was always kind of brains behind things. It's really unfortunate to see that he was still abused by the people he was trying so desperately to work to please, especially Monica, and that it kind of came to an end the way it did. I'm really glad we got the Link bullet. It's a really neat concept. I don't remember everything from this chapter off the top of my head, but I do remember enjoying it. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Nagisa in general, this chapter as a whole, and I guess if you're hyped for the next chapter, let me know as well. I guess some final thoughts, because this episode is kind of weird because of the conditions leading to its second recording. I will say that I tried to include a lot of the same tidbits and everything from the previous recording, so if you don't have the time or don't want to listen to the other one, it's not like you're going to be missing out on a ridiculous amount. Obviously, you guys have now seen this episode, so if there are certain points where you want to see my most candid, my most blind reactions, my most in-the-moment thoughts on things, I would imagine particularly the puzzle, the cutscene with the Monokuma, the boss battle, those are probably highlights that were very different in this episode compared to what they would be in, you know, the unlisted video in the description. Those would be my biggest recommendations to check those out. And it should be pretty easy to do so because I'll timestamp them in the description. So yeah, I'm glad I re-recorded it. It was fun going through a second time. It was a good refresher, and we found that little secret area with Toro and Kuro, which I had no idea about last time. So yeah, and you know, despite all the confusion and everything, I hope you guys understand everything that led to this episode, and yeah, thanks for understanding, and thanks for all the support this chapter. Again, I always reiterate every single chapter that your guys' participation in this series makes it that much more of a positive experience for me. So thank you for that continued support, that continued participation. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it continues in the next chapter. But until then, this is Moon Knight Zero, and this mission is complete.
Danganronpa.